Here are your hosts, Cam and Kobe.
Welcome to the Casual Preppers Podcast, the only place for prepping, survival, and entertainment. We're your hosts, Cameron and Kobe, and we are ready to bring survival goodness direct to your dirty little ear holes.
Again and again and again.
We don't stop.
We're going to keep you live.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Cam.
If you're not dead already.
What are we doing today? What is it?
I figured we'd do an update.
Oh, you figured?
COVID-19 times 2.
Yeah.
That's not a different virus.
No, it's
a different episode.
Please tell me there's not another one out there because...
COVID-20's coming.
It's on its way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we decided this is too intense not to continue to talk about it, and there's just too much stuff going on. Yeah, what was that?
We're milking this virus.
I know, yeah. We're just milking it for all it's worth.
Kobe and I talk about it all the time. We're like living an episode. It's super weird.
It is.
Like I want to record all the news things that are coming on. I'm like, man, I gotta record for another episode.
Yeah.
But yet I'm living it.
It is.
So
it's
weird.
crazy. So we're going to continue to talk about it today. But first, guys, most subscription boxes are full of samples and junk you'll never use, but not BattleBox. It's the monthly subscription box for men, full of solid gear for adventure seekers, survivalists, outdoor enthusiasts, casual preppers, and pandemic survivalists. I'll put that one in. That was an extra one.
I was going to say.
Each month, BattleBox sends you the coolest selection of hand-picked outdoor survival and everyday carry gear, all valued at far more than what you normally pay. You never know what's in the next box, but here's a sampling of what users received this month. The breadcrumb Bluetooth marker, so there's that, and the Spyderco persistence knife.
This is the new stuff.
This is the new stuff. So you haven't probably even
I
seen
haven't
it
even
yet.
seen it.
I have it sitting over there.
Oh.
We'll grab it. All of this badassness starts at about $30 a month. They've shipped almost 1 million boxes and won Best Men's Subscription Box of 2017. Our listeners get a free tactical knife when you sign up at trybattlebox.com/casualpreppers. That is trybattlebox.com/casualpreppers. Get your first BattleBox plus a free tactical knife at trybattlebox.com/casualpreppers.
Looks like a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's insane. I'll tell you what, it's insane. Cameron, here we are. We're
alive.
We're all alive. Well, most of us, I'm sure, are still alive now. I'm sure there's some of us who aren't, but
I hope not.
so I know we did this. We did an episode 2 weeks ago today. Our first one on the coronavirus, COVID-19.
Yeah.
We
kind of early pre-chaos.
Yeah. Well, and yeah.
After that episode, I ran to the grocery store. I'm like, I better get some.
I know, dude.
Kobe scared me.
I tend to do that.
He's a fear.
Yeah, I'm a fear monger. That's what a lot of people are saying anyways. So the last episode, the first thing we did is we looked at COVID-19info.live. We looked at what the current stats are with the pandemic. Well, and actually back then it wasn't even a pandemic yet, right?
Nope, it was not.
So let's look at that right now, where we are number-wise globally and here in the U.S. But so confirmed cases of COVID-19 around the globe, 230,430.
Wow.
I didn't actually go back and see exactly where we were at last time, but I'm almost positive it was in like the 90,000 range. So we've more than doubled where we were 2 weeks ago, right?
It's a little contagious.
Yeah, it's a little bit. The deaths are 9,359. We're at a 4.1% mortality rate with this. Scary stuff, dude.
Yeah, freaking crazy.
Freaking nuts. So that's kind of where we are globally with this thing. There's so much to talk about. It's hard to even know where to start. But Cam and I have talked about this so many times. It feels completely surreal what we're going through right now. I mean,
super weird.
Cam said the other day, it feels like this is like some crazy story that some like 4-year-old wrote at school, right?
It's like, there was this virus, and then it spread from country to country, and then the world had to stay in the house for 2 weeks, and then they lost school. And
nobody had to go to school.
Yeah, nobody had to go to school.
Nobody had to go to work.
That was the part.
Yeah.
And nobody had to go to work, and nobody had to school. And then the government gave us checks for $1,000 to $2,000.
Everybody gets $1,000.
And then an earthquake happened.
Oh, yeah. So it is the craziest thing ever.
Just like something you would never dream up.
Yeah. So let's look at,
let's think about the worst case scenario.
And here we are.
We're hitting it.
Yeah. So U.S., what's happened here in the U.S. since our last?
Mucho.
Yeah, there's been a lot. So they've stopped all travel from Europe, right? There's been an emergency declaration by the president, basically opens up a bunch of money to help fight this disease.
Yeah, and that was a super interesting.
Yeah.
I was just like, is this for real?
Yeah, it is. Oh, man, it is. Listening to that stuff on the radio in your vehicle, you're just like, oh, my gosh.
It's like something that's going to be played, 20 years from now. When they went through this.
And when they went, this, I mean, for real, this is history, guys. We're living through something.
For sure.
It's like a once-in-a-lifetime event for
Thank
for
goodness.
most people. Thank goodness, yeah, for sure. There's been an emergency declaration. They've started popping up a bunch of those mobile testing sites around the country. There's been a bunch of new legislation that has been passed, relief bills. They're doing some tax breaks as well as checks out to the public. We'll talk about that a little bit. But it's looking like, from what I can tell, everybody's going to get like $2,000. And they're also actually going to send out, if you have kids, you'll get like $500 per kid as well.
That's what they're
saying. Yeah. I mean,
Maybe.
I'll take $250.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'll save the government a bit.
Just give me $250. We'll call it even.
But
don't tax me.
These are going to. I guarantee this money's going to be used wisely.
Yeah,
for the majority.
That's what I said. I was telling Cam, I'm like, you're going to see like 100 new side-by-sides driving through town.
Yep.
That's all we're going to see.
New lifts, new pickup wheels, and
fancy
rims.
light bars, and tinted windows. Everybody's going to have 3 or 4.
Guarantee.
Yeah, not good because people are stupid.
Yeah.
They've restricted all domestic travel for military throughout the United States. That's a scary thing. The biggest thing to me, one of the scariest things right now is the economy. That is something that is
what economy?
Yeah, it has creeped me out.
Yeah.
Oil prices have completely tanked. They're around $20 a barrel, which basically means domestic oil production stops. I mean, there's definitely no drilling, but the actual production could even stop at that level, and it's super scary.
We're in a drilling town, and it's just pretty depressing to see.
It is crazy depressing, so I don't know what's going to happen there, but the only good thing that comes out of that is gas prices are falling.
Not here.
Not here. They're definitely
not here.
Our
town doesn't seem to be.
No.
No, we're not going to.
We have kind of our own thing here for some reason, but I saw that in a town in Oklahoma, it was 99 cents. That blows my freaking mind.
50s? 60s?
No,
well, I guess in high school I had a time when
around early 2000s.
I was like, holy crap.
Early 2000s, it was right around there as well. But the stock market. Gosh, so many crazy things have happened. So the stock market has fallen so precipitously 4 different times that there's this thing called a circuit breaker. So where
I saw that. What is that?
Drops so fast, so rapidly that they stop all trading for like 15 minutes.
Holy crap.
They're like, we can't.
A breaker, huh?
It's a breaker. So yes, and it's happened 4 times in the past 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
The past 2 weeks in history. I
saw that. I was wondering what it meant.
Basically, it means they stop all trading so people can like take a breath. Okay, let's not freak out. So maybe we won't,
sell off
everything. But I don't know if it's helped really much because we are basically back below the levels we were at when Trump took office at this point, which is pretty scary. It's crazy that we've lost that much.
Yeah.
Every sports league in the damn world is closed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's frustrating.
Yeah, it is frustrating.
I'm a Liverpool fan, and they were about to win, and
there you go.
They had like 3 or 4 more games.
This is a conspiracy
to claim the title.
It's Chelsea. It's a conspiracy, right? They're the one that's been spreading this stuff.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know how good they've been doing this year, but they usually do pretty good. Freaking Tom Brady. He's like, I'm going. I'm not
to the Bucks of all places.
To the Bucks. Yeah, this is so crazy. This is the maddest world I've ever been in.
It does. The NFL seems super weird because all like the quarterbacks that we know that have been like solid for these teams are like, well, you're going to go here.
Yeah.
Like Rivers is going to the Colts.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Huh?
Super weird stuff.
Yeah, it's so weird, man. So there's a lot of weird things.
The Bears just picked up
I don't know.
That won the Super Bowl for the Eagles.
Nick
Foles.
Yeah. Well, that's something.
Hey, he can win playoffs.
Yeah,
if we
can
get there.
You just got to get there.
We just got to get there.
And there has to
be.
The
Bengals, I think they just dissolved the team, didn't they?
Yeah, they just decided this disease is it. We're done.
You know what? No more team. We're just going to get rid of the team.
We're all going to eat some chili. We're not doing anything else. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So the Fed cut the interest rate to like basically 0 to help try and combat this craziness that's going on. San Francisco is on lockdown. And there's actually several different areas in California where they're just basically at home. It's crazy.
It's freaking crazy that Nobody thought it would happen in the U.S.
And here it is. Yeah, New York. There's a few different places that are on lockdown in New York. They're actually looking right now to have much of the state or New York City do that. They've called out the National Guard to help over there.
People lose their minds with that kind of thing.
I'm trying to. There's so much that's happened in the past 2 weeks.
Oh, it's
I don't
impossible.
even know.
This is a dated episode already.
Yeah, it's. I mean, everything's probably already outdated. New York State. Did you hear this? In the entire state, if you have a company, you can only have half of your employees working at one time.
Oh, wow.
And you can't have more than 10 people together,
What a
obviously.
mess.
So that's crazy. They have a Navy hospital ship headed to New York to help with the sick people. That's a crazy thing right there.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Mhm.
That's like the one that's gone to Haiti like
I think so.
5
yeah.
million times.
Yep. Bars, restaurants closed around the country. The Canadian border has now been closed to non-essential. They're saying that trade is still happening, but if you don't...
Like across the border.
Yeah. yeah.
Here's some chickens.
They're throwing ham across the border.
You got any bear meat?
Yeah. I ain't got a bear meat. I got a moose. Yeah. I got moose soup.
Nova Scotia have anything good right now?
Nova Scotia. So... yeah, that's just, it's nuts. The president has invoked the Defense Production Act. It's supposed to help potential medical supply shortages, basically.
Kind of ramp up production with the companies that can. That's like Cold War era.
It's wartime
type
stuff.
Huh?
Yeah, it's wartime.
Super
Basically, is the only
weird.
other time it's been used. It's something I read
Did
today.
he go through with it? I know that they were.
They've just talked. He's hasn't actually gone through with it, but he's opened it up so it can be used at any time or something like that. I don't know exactly.
So Kraft and Cadbury, they're all going to start making masks.
I hope so.
Edible.
I really hope so.
Cheese flavor.
They were actually talking about there were some other factories that were going to be doing.
I thought there were some that were like not.
I don't remember what they were though.
Medical.
Yeah,
that we're going to start.
You start helping out.
Firestone.
Yeah, Firestone. Yeah, exactly. They got
Chevron. They're going to make masks.
Sog Knives is now going to make some masks, I think. I don't know.
It's going to be crazy.
BattleBox is only sending out masks in all of their boxes at this
I was
point.
thinking they should make a box that like folds into like a head, like a
They
mask or something.
should.
That'd be cool. It's like cardboard.
Yeah, or like a social distancing dress that you could wear,
Yeah,
like a
I've
thing
seen that,
around
like
your
a ring.
yeah, the ring around yourself.
6 feet, people.
Yeah. It's something I read this morning.
My wife would put that on like,
I know. Hey,
boom, guess what?
good to go. And it has like a little, hand sanitizer holder on each side or something.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be perfect. Lysol on the front, hand sanitizer on the side.
You just spray going forward.
Yeah. Walking through a mist of Lysol all day long.
That'd be great.
Social distance this, Trump. How you like that? I read this morning, background checks via the universal FBI system experienced a 34% uptick in February alone for firearm purchases.
Wow.
Which means people are freaked out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's a scary deal. So
People that don't know why they're buying a gun.
yeah,
That's the thing. People haven't thought it through. They just
haven't
want to
thought
own
through.
one.
There's a pandemic. I better get a gun. I don't know.
Viruses die by bullets, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So, Cam, why don't
50 cal, please.
why don't you talk about Utah? What's been happening here in our local state? Because that obviously affects us pretty.
Well,
heavily.
the mountains almost fell down on Salt Lake.
It's true. Huh? Yeah.
What are the odds?
Well, yeah.
That earthquake. I mean, we haven't had any big ones there, and we know that Salt Lake's on this big fault line, and then it happens during this.
Yeah. Did you see
People are just like weeping in the roads.
There was a quote from the Salt Lake City mayor that was just like, "This is the last thing I need right now." I'm like, "Well, I'm sure, yeah." It's just funny. This is the last thing I need. An earthquake.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm going home. I'm taking a nap.
Honey, is it shaking right now? Because I don't need this right now.
I don't need it.
So yeah, the governor declared no gathering over 100. That's gone down.
That's actually gone down. Yeah. So that I think that's down to 10.
It is down to 10.
Down to 10 now.
So yeah, and then our church meetings have been suspended, and I think that just kind of goes across the board for gatherings.
Yep.
Like it just shut everything down. And our church like never shuts down.
The last time they shut down was 1918
1918?
during the
Oh
Spanish
my
flu.
gosh.
Like
Yeah.
this. I mean, they've done like
Right.
little things in here and there, but this is like since they've just said no, nothing.
Yeah.
1918.
So yeah, they on Sunday it was super weird.
It was
like
weird.
we didn't
Yeah.
go to church meetings, and my wife I think felt the guiltiest she's felt in like
I can see that.
her
I
life.
Really could. What am I supposed to
I've
do?
gone to church. All schools are closed, so that's a nightmare for parents.
It has been a nightmare.
And like it's really hard. Like the teachers are doing their best to get the lessons and the organization of that, but it's just been kind of a mess.
It has been
and people like trying to drive and get stuff from the school. I'm just like, okay, well, this is a nightmare. Restaurants and bars are closed. Yes, Utah has bars, and they are closed.
They're all closed.
So,
yep.
And then then we had the panquake.
The panquake. Somebody said that on our Facebook page or something. So when there's a pandemic and an earthquake,
genius,
they call it a panquake. I'm like, oh hell yes they do.
I know
they do now.
Earthquake kings and panquakes.
Panquakes.
We're gonna have an episode on the least likely but scariest deals.
And that was again, it was the last thing we needed.
So what did you see all the damage that happened from that? I didn't get it all.
There wasn't a ton of damage like structurally. There was some, but 50,000 people were without power. And there's still some places without power right now. Like the Wasatch Front, we're not on the Wasatch Front. No.
People are like on edge big time. My family's there, and they said this like...
Well, they're there, but at least they're away from most of the craziness.
Right. So down in the bulk of it, they're just on edge about everything, and they're going to the stores and buying stuff they don't even know why. You know, it's like, well, I never eat salted pig's feet, but they're here and I'm here. I'm getting them. 20 of them. They dump it in there.
They're good till next May. We'll keep them.
Yeah. They're expired last May. Yeah. I don't care.
I don't care.
But like the one thing that happened is one of the refineries there was just a brief period that they shut down. I think to assess damage and stuff.
They have to with an earthquake like that. They have to shut down for a certain amount of time to make sure there's no damage because there's lots of crazy chemicals.
Oh yeah, it's huge. It's a huge risk.
It's a fuel refinery plant, right? And so, holy crap.
And then this is where social media is extremely dangerous.
It is.
So it's like somebody just spread that like, well, now the fuel, and then boom. Even here in Vernal, like people were
3 hours away.
We're just like filling tanks and jugs and spraying it in their shoe like me. I had a gas can in the back of my truck I've been meaning to fill up. I was like, I'll go fill it up. Luckily, there was no big line. I had beat the rush, and I filled my dress shoe. That's always nice.
People were seriously freaked out, and everybody's like, no, there's no gas shortage. Yeah. But it does freak you out.
Hey, it's $20 a barrel right now. It's gonna come. We're gonna have
when there's a run on fuel like that. It freaks you out, even though I was prepared.
It does. All that stuff always makes you a little nervous.
What if there's no fuel?
No matter how prepared you are.
And so there was lines, and there was people all day with as many gas cans as they could. I'm pretty sure that Lowe's sold out of gas cans yesterday because of this insane fuel shortage craze that wasn't even real. I was seeing videos.
So ridiculous.
I was seeing videos from down in Salt Lake. There was
it was like red lights.
Yeah, it was
all
insane.
The way. It was completely full.
And so people were just going nuts, and it just shows you how fast panic can spread, especially now.
I've never witnessed it like this.
Yeah, especially now with social media, like you said, it just amplifies it.
Like, we're like 200 miles from Salt Lake, and that. People caught that like right away,
just
and they're
like
"Whoa,"
that.
Run down and fill up with gas.
Yeah, it's freaking nuts.
So and that's our state, and our state hasn't witnessed the worst of this.
We're not like California. We're not like Washington.
We're not like Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Exactly. I'm thinking about going to Cheyenne and getting in that bunker.
Oh yeah,
actually,
the one that's right there by Walmart.
It's in Colorado. Anyways,
that bunker.
The airport was also shut down. Because of that, and they had
it was like leaking water and everything.
Yeah, dude, it's just insane. All this stuff happened at the same time. Okay, so beyond that, Italy and Spain, and now it's looking like Germany is kind of Europe is just
Germany's
getting hit hard.
Too.
This is basically the worst of it right now in the world is Italy and Spain. Right?
Yeah,
they're on they're on complete lockdown.
Yeah.
Nobody's going out. Like only essential services are going.
Like completely locked down.
Yeah.
And the weird thing about it is you've seen like Venice, like the water's like crystal clear, and there's fish and like dolphins.
Like this is going to be good for the environment.
In the U.S., it would be like there's a bunch of bodies in the bottom.
Well, there's Uncle Jeff.
We've been looking for him years. Did you ever see that thing where the car like drove into a pond in Florida and only by Google Photos? This guy's been missing for like 5 years. They're
I
like,
swear,
hey, is that a car in there?
That sounds about right.
Anyway, I had put like quite a few notes about Italy just because there's like Italy has been communicating a lot.
I like that.
Italy's been helping us.
Bueno, pandemic.
People are dying.
COVID-19.
Sounded like Dracula. COVID-19.
I want to suck your blood.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's get to 19. Yeah, that was Transylvanian, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on Sesame Street. And they started counting coronavirus.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
How many coronavirus do you see?
My kids know that one so well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the one thing, like I've read several about what's going on in Italy and why we need to like see what's happening. And it's good because the like medical teams have been communicating with Italy to figure out how do we prepare for this.
Yeah.
Because the freaky thing about the whole thing is like I was expecting this week to be bad and we haven't like ramped up the virus levels and infection rate. Like it's supposed to hit like within the next 2 to 3 weeks, or we don't really know for sure. But we have to be prepared for what's going on in Italy. So this is kind of what this article talked about is they said on average, so Italy is not a third world country.
Right.
You know, they've got great technology, great hospitals. They said on average, like when somebody calls 112, which is 911, 15 to 20 seconds an ambulance can get there. And then they have 2 helicopters on standby.
15 to 20 seconds, that can't be right.
Well, within this community, sorry. This is like within the community that got hit the hardest.
That still can't be right.
It's not right. They lied.
15 to 20 seconds.
Wait, why did
Maybe it was answered with 15
sorry.
Sorry. Like, holy hell, man.
They teleport into people's houses.
Going back
I do
in time
not
or
know
something.
how Italy does it. I'm here.
I'm here. Do you need some pasta?
What is the problem?
Oh, no, you're dying.
Oh, this is insensitive.
It's very insensitive.
But
we need a laugh right now.
So the answers are within 15 to 20 seconds, but they said they're dispatched within 60 to 90 seconds. Okay?
Sure, yeah.
They're not going to appear there.
100% makes more sense.
2 helicopters on standby. So patients usually reach an operating room within 30 minutes.
That's
which
pretty
is
good.
Super impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is in peacetime. Right now, they say they get 2,500 calls or more a day, and 1,500 people to the hospital will come. And like that's 1,500. And so in comparison to the United States, like we have a system that's like 80% full at like most times, like our hospitals are being used. So they're not being wasted. And so at 80%, 20%
doesn't take much.
Is not much.
Doesn't take much.
Doesn't take much. So this is where it became this massive problem, is they got hit super hard with all these calls and all these people coming in. They flooded the hospital. So they said what would take, this time of getting somebody in the operating room for a heart attack in 30 minutes, now it takes them about 60 minutes to get through about their problem and even be able to go to the hospital.
So that's just
so
to
all
get in
these
touch with
people on
911.
top of the virus are dying from other causes. So anyone 70 years or older, they don't even take them. They can't take them to the ICU. They just basically tell them you're toast.
That's insane.
That's literally, this is what would be the hardest thing, is like they are now at a point in this modern time of saying, we can't save you. We do not have the capacity to do it.
Yeah.
And so you're being like, these people are being turned away, and they can't even account for the people that are dying at home. Like they haven't gone through all that.
Well, yeah, and
People are still
we're
quarantined and dying at home.
We're seeing the numbers of the people dying from COVID-19, but we're not even seeing the numbers that people are dying.
This is going to take
from other things
months
because of the strain on their healthcare system.
Right.
It's going to triple probably.
Oh, it's going to be
because of that.
Massive.
And that's a lot of people just aren't realizing that's what we're trying to avoid.
Yeah,
here
it's
in the
not
United
that
States.
so the virus and the level of the deadliness of it is gone up, and it's more than the flu. It's not, and that's the thing that drives me the biggest, like the most nuts, is like you can't at all compare it to the flu. It's not even closely related.
Yeah.
Like it's more virulent. Like people are catching it way easy, and then it lasts forever. Symptoms you're asymptomatic half the time when you are spreading it. It's just way different. It's approached way different. And even like doctors are saying just like you can't consider it on the same level.
Yeah.
But if you look at the pictures of Italy, and a lot of people are like, well, it's a really old town. And it was. There's a lot of old people in this town that got hit the hardest. But like even in this article, a 40-year-old dispatcher that didn't have any contact with patients and had no health history, he caught it and he died.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's just like there's way more complications from just the fact that you can't get the medical care you need for other things.
Yeah.
And if you do have rare complications, you're not going to be seen.
Yeah.
There's no way. And so it's overwhelmed their system completely, something they never expected. And that's what they've kind of really warned the United States. So as of this article, which is a couple of days old, the death toll was 2,158 on Monday, actually.
That's in...
Up 349. This is in Italy.
Let me see what the numbers are.
China was 3,099, so they're going to surpass China.
They're at almost 3,000 deaths right now.
Yeah, they're going to beat China, which pisses me off because China. No, I don't want people in China to die.
We don't want anybody to die. That's
no. So yeah, it doesn't piss me off, but it's like
I see what you mean.
Super weird. And but then again, we caused it in China. Well, it was our fault.
Of course, it was.
So yeah, I mean, the CDC. Actually, we'll get to that later.
You want to get that later?
So the whole Italy thing is like, we need to look at that and expect it to happen to us, no matter if it doesn't even get.
Just got a breaking news saying the number of deaths related to coronavirus in Italy has surpassed China for the first time.
It did. So
that's
look how fast.
12 minutes ago.
4 days.
Yep.
From this article, it went above 3,099.
Yeah. And
so that tells you right there.
Like, and I understand some of the things. Maybe we'll just go over that later about overreaction, and people are worried about that. And I understand it. Yeah. I really do understand it because.
Well, depends on the overreaction.
Yeah, it depends on it. Yeah, but because the economy is getting killed right now.
Oh, it is.
And there's going to be millions of people that are going to lose their jobs and businesses, and it's
going to
be bad. Yeah.
And there's so many things.
This event is much bigger than this virus. Yeah. It's a huge thing, and everybody needs to be aware that probably nothing's going to be the same moving forward.
No.
There's going to be like lots of different changes that happen.
Huge changes,
and it could affect us for quite a while, even once this thing starts dying down. Because they did say today that it was the first time in China that they reported no new cases.
I saw that, yeah.
So that's actually a good thing to hear, right?
But they're like getting outside the country back into the country.
And you don't, and again, it's China. We don't know if what they're telling us is true.
Yeah.
This could be completely off. There could be 1 million people over there dead, and we wouldn't know about it.
We wouldn't.
You have no idea. And we never will. Yeah. So it's just so hard to know.
But it is super frustrating in the naysayers, it's like, why are we blowing up about this? Why are we freaking out? And I look at it as I think the government is making the right choices of like going after the fact that there's a lot of people that are stupid.
Yes.
And there's a lot of people that don't understand.
Yeah.
Not everybody's a virologist like the Facebook groups.
Really? Because there's a lot of them.
There's a ton of them. There's a ton of geniuses in our town. Yeah. That calculate numbers of deaths and
They've
everything.
got their calculators out and they say, I know the mortality of this. I've done the work.
Yeah.
That's what they
tell
all
us.
of us. For all of us. And I'm so proud of them, and they're so brave.
It's so frustrating because, the government would not go through trillions and billions of dollars.
Yeah, so I mean that's something that
we
should probably at least talk about quickly. Those people that are saying it's a complete hoax, right? Or this is a left-wing thing to try and make it so that Donald Trump cannot win re-election. And this very well might keep him from re-election, but we don't know. The problem is if that's true, then Trump is in on it as well. Italy's in on it. I mean, everybody must be in on it if that's the truth. Those people aren't that smart, right? I mean,
no way.
When it comes down to it, you are best off not worrying about that piece and just worrying about keeping you and your family safe.
That's what
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
There's too many other things to worry about than to worry about conspiracy theories that we just don't know about, and we never will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think, like I'd said to Kobe last week, I'm like, even though maybe this is a bit of an overreaction, but we're living it now, and I think it's a good opportunity for us to take serious something like this that could. I mean, what if it was like a death rate of 10%?
Exactly. Yeah.
What if it was like Contagion?
Yep.
If it was wiping people out like that, and we weren't at all. We're at the state we are now of not knowing how to handle. I think the one good thing that's going to come from this is that we're going to understand better how to handle a pandemic and an isolation and quarantine.
The government is learning a lot. They are learning a ton because they've done things wrong and they're trying to fix those things.
Yeah.
It's a crazy deal, dude. This is completely crazy.
It is. It's a huge.
So I kind of want to talk about our personal experiences throughout this whole thing. What has it been like for us? You know what I mean? Going through this, doing what we do at this podcast, I think it's been even more surreal. It has been so weird. once these things came down,
it's like that. What's that thing you said? The prepper summed it up.
So I saw this thing on the internet, and it was like so spot on. It was like, I liked prepping way better when it was a hobby.
Yeah, it's so true,
and it is 100% true. Like you don't. I mean, once you actually in it, you're like, oh, this was fun to talk about before, but now this is real. This is actually happening.
Like I've had people, I'm like, oh yeah, you guys have lived for this. I'm like, no, we wanted everything against this.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want this.
Absolutely not. I mean, maybe if it was zombies, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
This is not cool.
Yeah.
This is not cool, right?
No.
It
was both of our biggest fears of a scenario.
It was and still is. And I don't like
it.
And so once a lot of those things came down in Utah, we're closing schools, we're churches no more. People like immediately started to panic.
Yeah.
And I know this is pretty much the same across the country and across a lot of countries, but there was this panic buying that started, and we've talked about this, that it was going to happen this way. We've had a couple of episodes on pandemics and different types of SHTF situations, and every time it comes down to there's going to be a panic buy. The grocery stores are going to not have what they need to have.
Yeah.
And it went down exactly that way.
It did.
Luckily, this situation isn't bad enough that we still do have supply lines, so they are getting resupplied. But you could not find toilet paper in this town for a week.
Yeah, Kobe's been preaching it.
I have.
He's been saying for the longest time, take care of your butthole.
And it's pretty funny that was the thing that really hit hard was toilet paper.
Super weird. It was. I was like, really?
Yeah. So as a prepper, it's nice to know that you do have those stocks.
Yeah.
And to me, holy crap.
Here's one thing I learned from this.
Yeah.
The toilet paper shortage is we did buy like this massive box, and I think I took pictures of it, and I was proud of it.
Sure, yeah.
Like, look at this, look at this. And we've been using it. We've been using it and running through it. And now all of a sudden we have this shortage, and I go down, I'm like, how much toilet paper? You have like 2 rolls. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Of all things, I was not, like, we were actively using our storage, and it hurt.
Lessons learned, man.
Yeah,
seriously, it's crazy. Like I've learned a lot of things too.
Yeah.
But I think what you were doing was okay as long as you're restocking.
And we weren't. That's where. So I've learned that I'm like, a good cycle and run through, but my inventory isn't up to date. I haven't been following the things I use, and so I'm running. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I have prepped these things, but I've used them down to a point to where I'm in trouble now.
100%. And
super frustrating.
Luckily, I've been a freaking toilet paper Nazi at my house. My wife hates it. She hates it. But like, we run out. I'm like, you're not using that toilet paper. That stays there.
Yeah.
Like, we're not touching it. And I still don't feel like I had enough.
This is why.
I still don't feel like I had enough. Seriously.
I'm raiding Kobe's house as soon as my butt.
Yeah. And Cam keeps telling everybody that I got toilet paper. I had somebody in the neighborhood. Cam said that you got all the toilet paper.
No, I didn't say it. Those are listeners. Those fans.
No, it was a bishop's wife. And I'm like, what? Stop telling people.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, don't say that. But
that's funny.
So like when this happened, Cam and I immediately did start padding our preps. There were things that we went out and did. So for me, there were some things that actually were kind of lacking in my preps. And again, we're casual preppers, so obviously there's going to be, right? So fuel.
There's no way you can have,
There is a way. You can just be super anal about everything.
You could have your own TV show and
you could,
be a psychopath.
Yeah. But so fuel was one thing that I had to go out and figure out some extra stuff on, and I did go out immediately.
I had 2 empty cans, so I was like, I'm gonna fill them up. Why not? And this was before the whole run on it from Utah.
Toilet paper, I did go out and get some the day that the stuff went nuts, and I also got a tip on Facebook that they had just stocked at one point, and I just ran over there from work, and I was really close, so I got some more then because my sister has run out. And my mom had to borrow her some because you can't get it.
It's so weird.
In
you just don't think about it on your day, like a regular daily.
It's not something you
it's
think
like,
about.
I'll run out, I'll go grab some more.
Yeah, exactly.
When you can't,
it freaks you out.
You got to poop your butthole.
Yeah, and so now I'm like, I need to get extra for my family because if they don't have any, I don't want them to have poopy buttholes, right? I want them to be comfortable.
Why does everybody smell like poop?
Yeah, this is horrible.
Don't visit me.
Yeah, well, luckily we can't really all get together anyways. There's too many of us.
You smell poop at home.
So that was one big thing I did. Frozen meat was another one.
I bought some for the first time at Lowe's. Like when I started hearing toilet paper, I was like, I do need some, and I was getting some wood, and I was like, I felt like an idiot. Like, this guy's panicking.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, no, it's here and available, and I'm gonna get some.
Yeah, because a lot of those stores that you don't think about we had a few on hand for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, it's
So
kinda,
that was good.
yeah, this one was all dusty on top.
Yeah.
It's like nobody knew it
Sitting
was
there
there.
forever. Yeah. Meds were another thing that I sort of padded my preps with that I was able to do. One thing that I can't tell you how good it makes me feel is my chickens.
Yeah,
that my wife and I continue to talk about. Like, if
because
anything,
dairy, eggs, things like that.
if anything, we've got 4 eggs a day or more that we're gonna be okay.
If one of your $500 children,
Yeah.
if you get rid of one,
Yeah, even the $250 child.
you can probably sell the $500 child
get a bunch
to a
of
neighbor.
chickens.
You're like, look, you're gonna get a $500 check for this kid.
Yeah, it's probably worth it.
I need some more eggs.
Yeah, I need some more eggs.
Give me more of your chickens.
Yeah. So those are some of the things that I immediately, thought about when the panic buying started.
Yeah,
and
no,
I
I think that's-
started padding.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I like the things that I like the toilet paper was one thing that I was down on, but then I couldn't help but like want to stop at the grocery store every day on the way to work just to like go through. And even though I have like a good amount, or do I, of like dried foods and like I have those really good stored things and I'm comfortable in that regard and water and stuff. And it's not like we should need the water because we should still have pipes aren't going to get bursted from who knows.
Hope not.
Oh, earthquakes happen sometimes during panquakes. But like I had that mentality. I went in there and I'm like, there's milk available. Should I buy like 3 of them?
Yeah.
You have that like drive to like, well, what if?
Yep.
Should I buy way too much? And so I see why people that aren't prepared at all, like
Freak
I felt
out.
I could be more calm about it, which was super helpful. But people they were fighting. They're fighting in the grocery stores because it's like snatching stuff out of each other's hands. It's like, what the freak?
They had to start putting
We're
limits.
in a small community where like a lot of people know each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you can't do one of those things and not, people won't recognize or know you.
There's gonna
and
be
yet it's
repercussions.
happening.
Yep.
And so I was stopping by the grocery store, like kind of trying to gear up on a few things. It's like canned goods. And I actually kind of have a little list just to go through real fast of like things that I've looked at online. It's like, okay, I have those long-term storage things that I don't really want to get to if I don't have to. I mean, we're not to that. And so these are the things they kind of talked about. And this was several different articles: beans, rice, legumes, things like that can store well and a lot of good nutrients from them.
Yeah.
Frozen items are excellent because you just throw them in your freezer and you can still use them.
That's what
like
I
I
did.
worry a lot about people buying a ton of crap and they, and
It just
this
goes
ends
bad.
in 2 weeks and
Yeah.
they're like, well, throw it all away because that's the American way. Cereals, they're basically candy, half of them, and kids love them. So get cereals, and they store for quite a while too. Fresh bread, if you can grab some, you can freeze those, and they stay good for a while too.
Yeah, we definitely did a bunch of that.
But you can get like frozen rolls and frozen loaves and things like that. So go after the frozen, and the bread is tricky because that's like cleaned out.
Yeah, it did get cleaned
And
out.
we're like full on bread snob. I am.
Oh, yeah.
My kids too. Like the grandma sycamore is like all
it
we
is
ever
the
want.
best. It really is the best.
And so, and Tawny's parents luckily had bought some extra, and they gave us 2 loaves, and I'm like, it's like a piece of foam out of my mattress.
Oh,
I'm
really?
like, this is horrible bread.
Yeah.
But I was grateful they brought
Sure, yeah.
seeds, nuts, nut butter, things like that are high in protein and, that store well too, and good nutrients. Canned goods, obviously, because if you don't get to using them, they're
good for a
perfect.
long
You
time.
store 'em.
Yeah.
Fruits, vegetables, canned meats even. And these are things we've all talked about. Just going over them real quick.
I'll tell you
And
what, the canned meats thing, man, Spam sold out pretty quick too. Did you
yeah.
notice that?
Yeah, it
was
makes
like,
total sense.
It's crazy.
Shelf stable milk, if you have like the boxed milk or like the chocolate milk, those store for a long time and they can be used for cooking too. Eggs, apples, bananas, potatoes. Those are these are the things down that are more like perishable.
Yeah, but
they've kind of moved to the bottom.
But they're longer lasting.
Yeah,
perishable
apples,
stuff.
bananas, potatoes, they're longer lasting that you can have. And the eggs, yeah, Kobe's got it set for freaking chickens, replenishing those. Cheese, you can freeze cheese. And that's gone fast. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it has gone fast.
It's weird. It's kind of brittle, but the flavor and
It's
everything's
just fine,
still good.
huh?
My parents have always frozen.
Never done that.
And then powdered drink mixes.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of those too.
Juice and all that takes up so much space, and it's hard to
It really is.
fill a shopping cart. It's like, well, I'm already full,
Yeah.
and you don't want to look like a hoarder. So I bought like 2 things of Gatorade mix, and then just Hawaiian Punch for the 20-ounce bottles.
Yep.
So those are just some basic things. It's like if you're going to go to the store, be wise about it. Like, don't just buy. I go and I buy like Lay's potato chips because I don't have all the good stuff stored away. But like, if you get these things and you don't use them, you can still store them, and they are more valuable nutrition wise. So
yeah, and right now it's just a good time. If you can get to the store and get some extra stuff, do it. Just spend a little bit extra money. Remember, you got like
I have been.
You got like $4,000 coming to you from the government. Yeah. So just go out there and just spend it.
$6 2-gallon of milk gallon.
Oh, I bought like a $15 thing of honey.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, prices don't matter right now.
No, it's pretty insane.
It is crazy how your mindset changes.
Freaking grocery stores like,
yeah, I know, man. Mr. Kroger's are like up there, and
I just sold some dill tater chips for $20.
Yeah, Kroger's swimming in his McDuck money right now.
Yeah,
you know.
Yes. But yeah, my kid's going through things like crazy too. I'm like, slow down.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I can get you more fruit snacks.
I feel
like I've been overly hungry lately too.
And you know what? Go ahead and take advantage of some of the things that have been set up through your community too, because right now, even though the kids, most of the kids throughout the country are home, they are still doing this free school lunch thing if you want to go pick up the lunches.
That's right.
And like my wife and I said, well, we can afford lunch, but you know what? Let's keep our stocks here up as much as we can. Let's just go get free lunch every day.
Yeah.
And a lot, like the entire town here is doing it. You just drive up, you tell them what your kid's name is, they give you the lunches, and you go home. It's free, 100% free, and you've got some extra food for the day. It's like, oh, hey, why not? You might as well use it because your tax dollars are paying for it.
Seriously.
So you might as well do it.
One thing too is like I feel like I'm a very cynical person.
For sure, yeah. I feel that way too.
This community, I am total cynic. But like, not just our community, but I feel like some of the businesses, the things that they've done, like Strata here.
It's amazing.
That our podcast.
Yeah, the parent company of our podcast has been super
just
generous.
Like giving internet to everybody.
Yeah,
Make sure everybody's got it.
Yep.
And
they're not shutting off internet to anybody.
No, it's amazing.
And they've given everybody free upgrades to their speeds.
Yep, I just
for the next little while.
The max.
I did too. I just got.
I don't even know why.
And so there are some really good things that are happening, and you just kind of have to go out and look for them.
Yeah, you got the school lunches, and if you go online too, you can find like projects for kids. Like you can. There's even subscription boxes that you can have stuff sent to your home because you're quarantined.
Yeah.
The kids can get books and things, and they've knocked off the price like a ton.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. The businesses are really being helpful.
And big businesses too that are going to be in a lot of hurt after this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Actually, even Adobe, you can get 3 free months to your subscription right now.
I saw
It's insane.
I was wondering, I'm like, what? Where'd this come from?
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of a virus pandemic. But yeah, anyway, I think it's been good to see like that people do care about other people.
Yeah, for sure. It's really
my
good.
cynicism has lightened a little bit.
For sure. So Cam, you being working where you do, can you give us kind of any insight on how it's been for you at the clinic?
Yeah,
through this.
So
whole process?
Changes that we've made, and when if you listen to Trump's, what it did is it kind of changed, basically. Insurance and stuff got pushed to the side because there's always these regulations. If you get hospitalized for 3 days, you had to be 3 days before you could get admitted into like a care center.
Yeah.
Like, all that's gone right now.
They waived all those
like all this, the medicine is it's almost like socialized medicine right now.
Sure.
But in our work, I have to come through the hospital. I don't go through like the back to my office. I have to be screened for fever every morning, and all of the staff and everybody. So everybody's being screened that works in the building. And then
make sure you don't have beaver fever.
Yep. And then people that call in sick, like we've been making use of telemedicine, which is weird, but it's working a lot better than having people flood the lobbies with the non-sick.
Yeah.
And so we've tried to separate and isolate people that way. If they call in and they've had these symptoms of cold, fever, flu, then we screen them in the parking lot. And I've gone out, with a mask and everything, and stood back from their window and just kind of looked at them, talked to them, see how they're doing. And then we use the online screening tool. And I haven't had to screen a lot, but I've had enough that it's made me really nervous about it.
Yeah.
And then the hospitals are like ridiculous. I feel like they're making their own rules right now.
Really?
Like, in some of them, I think are just completely ridiculous. Like, I worry a little bit about how fast this could spread because of the over restriction that's happening. Like, I did some viral swabs on some skin lesions last week, and then they were trying to say, "Oh, your office is using too many viral swabs," and I'm like, "This was last week, before we're doing all the COVID-19, and now." So they're like, they're being nitpicky about the screening, and I understand we don't have enough tests, but at the same time, like clinically,
you got to do it.
If I'm seeing a person and they're sick, like we've got to find it. And so I feel like I'm hoping all hospitals aren't being as ridiculous as ours.
Yeah.
I've been super frustrated about it. But like, yeah, so it's like it's changed the way we do medicine completely, and like how we interact with patients. It's been super weird.
Yeah, dude. And like all these drive-through testing sites.
Yeah, and this hospital set that up too.
And so do we have a drive-through testing site here?
Yeah, they have one on the side now.
Oh,
so
it's
you
insane,
can,
man.
if you have these weird symptoms, and it goes back to what I said last week, like number one thing is like, if you're feeling sick, call ahead.
Yeah,
like,
don't just show up.
That's the easiest thing to remember is just like, don't go find a clinic or an urgent care or an ER. Like call them.
Mm-hmm.
They will tell you exactly what to do, and they're willing to send people out. Like take advantage of it. It's like getting your gas pumped in Oregon.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, wait, on,
you might as well, yeah.
So you might as well. And so they have ways to do it. They've set up everything to get that going and the screening to go faster. But yeah, if you're super sick, can't breathe, you obviously still got to call ahead, but you probably will have to go sit in the hospital.
Yeah, and you guys are probably, in the weeks to come, it's going to get crazier.
The next 2 to 3 weeks are going to be, I feel like we're probably going to do 90% televisits.
Yeah.
Like we're not going to want anybody in and out of the hospital or the building.
Yeah.
So it's been really weird. I think that I really do feel like the government's moved on this quick.
Yeah.
Like
for sure.
They're like you said, they're making mistakes, and the government is not by any means efficient, but like I feel like they're not like, yeah, people think that we're overreacting, but they're not. I think that the best they can do against this virus, and that's the only thing they know to do, is to keep people away from each other.
Yeah. What do? You have
and
to, you have to stop
don't be a moron about it.
Yeah.
Like,
And so to me,
just
that's
take
been
it serious.
One of the most frustrating and
don't need to
unexpected.
panic.
Yeah. One of the most frustrating and unexpected things has been some of these people that are so vocal against this social distancing and the things that we're doing to try and stop it. And they're doing it they're very loud, and they're doing it in a way, especially on social media and things like that. That is super annoying.
Yeah.
They don't understand what they're talking about, for one thing, and they're just blabbing. Yeah. They're giving these people this fuel that we don't need right now. We need people to do what the government's asking them. It's just a simple
deal. Like,
yeah,
just stay away from other people. Quarantine.
Yeah.
Like, what is it hurting you? Yeah, the job thing is rough.
It's horrible.
But everybody has to go through it.
Everybody's going through it, no matter what. Doesn't matter how much you scream about this thing is fake.
You're not gonna,
or like, oh, this is just a virus that was already been here. What the hell are you talking about? You don't know. And like, obviously I'm talking about somebody specific in our town that has been saying these things and has been like riling.
Oh, it already went through our town.
Yeah, it's like, no, you don't have any idea. You have no idea.
Epidemiologists are freaking out.
Yeah.
And you're trying to claim that it's already passed, it's done, it's over.
Yeah, no, you don't know.
You don't.
So that's one thing I want to say is make sure you're getting your information from the sources that know, and the sources, these people that are experienced in this. Listen to the CDC, listen to the government, because it is in their best interest to stop this thing.
And the best way they know how to do it is to just keep us away from each other. And so I don't feel like it's asking too much.
No,
the job thing is rough
to me. Yes,
in businesses it's huge.
It's a bad deal. The economy is going to go through we're going to be in a recession, if not a depression after this. It's bad, but we want to save lives.
Let people all die.
Yeah, we want to save lives. We don't want to become Italy. We don't want to become China. We have to get this to stop. So just freaking listen to the people who know what they're doing. Yeah, it makes me
super frustrated. And like like my mom is going through cancer treatment right now.
Yeah, she's on chemo,
susceptible to everything.
Yeah, and
you have an idiot saying, we're overreacting. This is a conspiracy.
Yeah.
The government, it's like, these people's blood is on your hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I feel like you should be held accountable for this.
Well done.
It makes me so mad.
It's ridiculous.
And it isn't hurting you in any way major.
No.
Like,
no.
You could be protecting yourself plus other lives.
Exactly.
I don't know. It just seems stupid to me.
So there has actually been some other crazy things that have happened here in town. I heard a story this week that a local farmer had his cows.
Is that for real?
Yes, he had his cows poached and butchered on his land.
Oh my God.
They took it. They took the meat.
Wow.
And this was like about a day after the panic hit. I think people just freaked out, and it goes to show the things that we have been talking about, Cam and I, for the past 4 years. It's pretty spot on the way that we expected it to happen.
Humans are pretty predictable.
They are. They're going to freak out. But there's also, like we said, there's going to be those people that want to help. And so
that was unpredictable.
There's opposite ends of the spectrum here. So, just continue, as we move forward with this craziness, with this pandemic, just continue to pad your preps. I think don't stop.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I go back and forth on this. Like one day I'm like, you know what? It's going to be fine. Like it's going to work out in a week. This is all going to simmer down and it's going to be fine.
And
so
it probably will. And that
I hope
will
it does.
Be freaking awesome.
But then the next day I'm like, we're all going to die. You know what I mean? Like I go back and forth. But I think the good thing is just don't panic. I keep telling this on social media, don't panic, continue to prep and just do your thing. You know what I mean? And continue to spread the word that like everybody needs to be paying attention to this.
Think about other people.
Yes.
Like seriously.
Yes. Think about other people.
The things that you do make a difference. Like
and the
preaching some false crap.
Yeah. It's not going to help.
It's not. And I'm like, I don't feel like it's a huge uncomfortable stretch to keep yourself at home.
Yeah.
To call if you're sick.
Yeah.
And to not buy up all of one thing because you think you need it.
I was going to say something else and now I forgot what I was going to say. It was important, I promise. Whatever it was. But here's the thing. We don't know how long this is going to last, right? And so I was looking at the numbers. China had their first infection on November 17th. Today, they just had their first day with no infections. So if we go off of that timeline, we started on January 24th here in the United States. So we're about 2 months behind what they have going on. So,
and all of the experts and like I said, the epidemiologists, they are saying it's coming now. Like we're still at the brink, and I'm hoping that we've thought it through. And I know that the hospitals have prepared. Like Mount Sinai has opened up different abilities to handle more people.
Yeah,
but we still. It doesn't mean that we need to like drop our guard.
Yeah, and I think the important thing is to continue to remember about that curve that they keep talking about. I think that's the thing that gets through to people. We don't want the spike.
Yeah.
We want to flatten the curve so that 20% capacity that we have available.
That's a huge deal.
Doesn't get overrun because it's not just these people that are going to die with COVID-19. It's the guy with pneumonia. It's the guy on
the heart
chemo.
Attack that
it's
can
the
get
guy,
a stent and he's fine.
Yeah, and so we have to just continue to pay attention. And man, again, we're in a SHTF scenario, guys. I mean, this is go time. You have to be aware of what's going on. Make it your responsibility to take care of the people that you love and your family and your friends, and continue to spread the word about prepping. Because if another good thing comes out of this is
in what way does it hurt?
Yeah, we're gonna have more preppers.
Yeah,
I really think we are after this.
I think so too.
If our download numbers are anything to show for it, we're gonna have like a 30 to 40% increase in preppers after this deal.
And that's awesome.
That's perfect.
I want people like the messages that we've been getting.
Oh my gosh. Like, we
get trash talked, all the time. And like, I got accused of wearing a mask wrong, and that's fine.
And we get through that. But these messages that we've been getting for the past 2 weeks have made everything.
It's totally worth it.
It's totally worth it. All the crap that we've gone through, like the bad reviews, people telling us we're idiots, whatever, right? We don't care. But we've seriously probably gotten
annoying voices. That's fine.
Yeah. And that's mostly coming from our wives. But we've gotten literally probably 50 messages in the past 2 weeks from listeners who have just been absolutely thanking us for helping them. Yeah. And that's what we're trying to do, right?
Yeah, we just want more people because it helps all of us.
It helps everybody.
Like you can see in the community, like we were saying, people making a run
and
buying all this stuff they don't really know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if we're all on board with like being prepared.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference.
It does make a huge difference. So thank you for those messages. Like really, it makes our day.
It does.
It makes this SHTF scenario not quite as bad.
You can still, I am an idiot, and that's fine. And our voices are annoying. But like just take the main thing of like being prepared for stuff like this.
Yeah, please just do it.
It helps the world.
We're trying to help everybody out, really. We really are. One last thing before we kind of move on. There's been a lot in the prepping world of people talking about martial law already. It's coming.
Yeah.
Right? Especially with the National Guard going out to a lot of places to help, and
it gets people get confused at what that means.
Yes, and I understand that it is scary because when you see the National Guard out, it does scare you a little bit, right? But we do have quite a few listeners that are actually in the Guard, and they're like, look, we're not even taking our weapons with us. This is not martial law. We haven't even come close to that yet.
Right.
So stop spreading those types of things right now. We just need to get through it without everybody panicking about, martial law. That's not going to happen here, most likely, right?
Right.
So I would worry about your preps, your food, your water, your meds, your family. That's what you need to worry about. Don't worry. I mean, we've had several messages from guys that have been like, look, stop worrying about it. Well, I'm in the Guard. That's not anything. And
that's good.
The conspiracy theorist is going to say, well, they're not going to tell those guys what they're doing. Right. Sure. That's probably true, but let's not worry about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything else, Cam, before we move on with this?
Yeah. So here's some lighthearted stuff here.
Oh, good.
I wanted to.
Here's another thing about this that has been awesome.
Okay.
The memes have been
phenomenal.
So damn good. Like it is like a nonstop meme fest.
They are. They're so good.
They're just like this has been like this is the golden age of memes right now. So
and keep them coming. They're freaking funny.
Freaking just soak it in, everybody.
Yeah.
Soak it in.
So I was looking at a list of throughout all the grocery stores, like items that people are finding that nobody wants.
Oh yeah.
That are
awesome.
still there. I was like, these are awesome. Pasta made from chickpeas. Apparently nobody wants that. Like
Pasta
all the stores are, and then there's chocolate hummus. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't.
They're not getting bought up.
Nobody's buying it.
Dryer sheets. They're not going off the shelves.
What are you going to use for? I guess. I don't know.
They're stacking up.
Yeah.
Dasani water is one of the least popular.
I'll drink any water. I don't mind Dasani.
I don't like it. I think Arrowhead's gross too, though.
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny that they're finding Dasani being a more common left behind. Pork, obviously. Pork's concerning if it's not frozen. And
I suppose.
I think that's why.
That makes sense.
Vegan food, organic, gluten-free is like stocked up everywhere.
Is it?
I'm thinking vegans are like, the hell with this.
Actually, I was talking to somebody yesterday who's gluten-free, and they said in town it's been bought up.
Oh.
Because there was nothing left.
So I guess it depends on the town.
I'm sure it depends on the town.
This is probably all from like Mississippi or something.
Mississippi.
But I feel like the vegans probably like, screw it.
Yeah.
Just any food I can get.
Yeah.
Oh, my gut's all bloated. I haven't been eating this stuff. What was the other? There, like in some of the lists of people talking about, like they've sent their like spouse to go out and get some stuff.
Yeah.
They're coming home. Like one lady said her husband came home with like a 7-pound bag of Cadbury chocolate eggs. And that was about all he got. That and pop. I'm like, awesome. I feel like I'm that person.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
just grabbing random
when we
crap.
went, I was like, oh, jelly-filled donuts, only 2 left. I'm going to grab one. I was kind and left one.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, the one thing, did you want to add anything?
Go ahead,
else
sir.
there?
You're good.
Oh, I was just going to talk about just real quick. So we know it changes a ton all the time, but the CDC, this is where I thought was kind of an interesting thing of like, so you are isolated, quarantined. What if you don't have the ability to talk to somebody about like, when am I free to go back out?
Oh yeah.
Outside the house or anything like that. So this is from the CDC. When to be done or suspect contagiousness is gone. So to discontinue home isolation, this would be 1, at the time since illness onset or time since recovery, and 2, a test-based strategy. So the first one is if you've never been tested for it, but you had all the symptoms of it. Mm-hmm. It says when you can probably come out of hibernation is 3 days have passed since recovery, defined as resolution of fever without the use of fever-reducing medications and improvement in respiratory symptoms. So once you're not fevering, having shortness of breath, cough, cold-like symptoms, 3 days lapse, then it's pretty safe to assume you're okay now. Or 7 days have passed since the symptoms first appeared. So I'm not making this up. It's come from CDC.
Yeah.
And the ones that have been tested for COVID-19 and say you lose track or you get, isolated, if you've been tested, it says resolution of fever without the use of fever-reducing medications, improvement in symptoms, and a negative result of an FDA emergency use authorized assay for the COVID-19. So if you've been tested, it's best to be tested again.
Before you go out.
Once your symptoms have resolved, then you need to do swabs 24 hours apart, 2 of them. And this is hard because those are so limited.
Yeah, it's hard to get them.
But individuals with laboratory confirmed who have not had any symptoms may discontinue home isolation when at least 7 days have passed since the date of the first positive.
So long.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
So the 14 days, you can see how that comes into play.
Yep, makes sense.
Is like, that's the safest point. Because they're seeing some different, and the other thing that's kind of freaky for all you naysayers, they're seeing more hospitalizations of 20 to 40-year-olds than they expected.
Yeah,
especially
I saw
in
that.
Italy. So it's obviously, again, not the flu.
It's not the flu.
It's hitting hard, and when it goes, it just goes right for the lungs.
If you're seeing people from 20, what'd you say? To
20 to 40.
That's not normal with the flu.
Absolutely not.
Almost never happens, right?
And you look at the ones that, like, there's 2 doctors that are in their, like, 40s up in Washington that are in the ICU, like, fighting for their life because of coming in. And it's not like they don't know how to take care of things, and they're in a facility. I guarantee they're getting primary, focus because they were in that system, and they may not even make it. So it's like, anyways,
you need to take it seriously.
Yeah.
It's hard to know what to believe sometimes, but I think the best route right now is just believe the people at the top, the epidemiologists, the doctors at the CDC and the government.
It's not going to hurt you to.
It's all we can do. Yeah.
And I know you're all stressed out.
Yeah.
So my recommendation on a medical tip for that.
Well, let's not get to that yet.
I thought you wanted to be done.
Nope. Today's podcast is brought to you by Tack Pack, the only monthly tactical subscription box with useful professional grade stuff inside. Use code Casual Preppers and get a free separate bag sent of EDC gear along with your first month's Tack Pack. Head to www.tackpack.com. Use our code Casual Preppers.
When did they put that in there?
The last one.
Did it have it in there?
And we
freaking
do have
EDC gear.
We have a battle box to look at. Let me grab
right.
it. I'll grab it. You take control, Cameron. I'll go grab it.
This is going to be a good battle box because I haven't seen anything in it, so I'm just as surprised as you. Have you been playing with this stuff?
No, I haven't.
Freaking touch it.
I haven't touched any of it. Yeah, so this is battle box mission 61, I think. I can't exactly remember, but
it's a lot of missions.
There's so many missions. There's missions upon missions.
Mission COVID-19.
And yeah, that's what they should have done. Really, they should have done a pandemic mission. That would have been awesome.
I used their gas mask at the grocery shop.
You did, yeah.
So
that was fun.
That's something.
That was a fun experience grocery shopping, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this battle box. Let me see the card there. Yeah. So first item, the Calcutta Bimini polarized sunglasses, a $26 value. So some cute little sunglasses. They're polarized, and they will keep COVID sneezes out of your eyes. So you got that.
Is that what it said?
No.
I was like,
that's not what it said. But oh dang, you look good.
Oh.
I can see myself in them. They're polarized. And then there's the Calcutta wire sunglasses retainer. So you can put them on there like you're a football coach or something, hang them around your neck.
That's cool.
Yeah, okay. So they got that. And then there's the Tech New Poison Oak plus IV skin treatment and cleanser.
Retainer.
So that's this stuff here.
This panty thing is not
that's not part of it. So this is like removes poison oak and different types of
just pour it on a plant?
Yeah, it just kills them all. And then the last thing in the basic box is
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, weatherproof survival kit storage box. So it's that orange thing right in front of you there. So you can use this for any type of kit. It's not watertight, but it is weatherproof.
The bag's probably watertight.
Yeah,
put
the bag
right back
probably
in the
is.
bag.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But you could put like a fire kit in there, or
nice. It's
you could use it as
compartments.
Yeah,
Pills.
Fill
full of pills.
It's all my Xanax.
Actually, it would be a good one.
It actually would, huh? That's a good idea. Throw it in your bug out bag or whatever.
Yeah, because I take so many.
Then you go to your advanced box and you have the Lamson Ulu knife, the walnut handle, 420 HC, $31.99 value. There you go. So be careful. That thing is sharp as crap. So it's one of those types of knives. I don't know if you've ever seen an Ulu knife, but it's like you roll it on a meat or whatever. Yeah. Or you could like connect it to a stick and make a hatchet or something. An ice skate. Yeah, exactly. So that's a $32 value. Very cool. Then you go to Pro Box.
Smell that wood.
You smell your wood.
My wood.
Your wood smells good.
That's pure wood.
It's the wood that makes it good. And then you get to the Pro Box, and you have the breadcrumb Bluetooth marker, and plus you get a 50% off coupon with that. So that's basically something you leave somewhere, maybe at your bug out location, so you don't lose it.
That's cool.
So you know how to get there.
That's cool.
And then the Pro Plus, knife of the month. Spyderco Persistence.
Freaking love Spider.
Booyah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Spyderco, man.
You going to lose this one?
I probably will. I'm so sad I lost my other Spyderco.
Oh, I love that.
Because I actually like my other one better than this one. This is a cool knife, but
Now, are these made in Japan?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think
Nope,
Spyderco.
China.
Oh, is it really?
This is Wuhan,
Oh,
China.
Don't lick it. Don't lick it.
I thought they were made in Japan, but I love that one. This is like a bigger version of it.
Yeah. So anyways, BattleBox, go check them out.
What's
Use our
this
code Casual Preppers. Oh, it's like a little knife work pad, so you can put your knife.
Spyderco, Golden, Colorado.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, they have a place in Golden, Colorado.
Bam.
Cool stuff, man.
It's time for the quick and dirty medical tip.
Well, I don't even want to do it.
Okay, we're
You
over.
shut
it.
me
Never
down.
mind.
No, a lot of people are getting kind of panicky, and
Yeah, they are.
And if you live outside of Utah, where everybody has a bottle of Xanax, because we don't drink
Yeah.
as much.
Nope.
There's a few things to do, and I know I've gone over this before in another podcast.
It's a good time to re-up on it, though, I think.
just ways to kind of soothe the soul. Mm-hmm. Listen to this podcast.
There's a lot of anxiety going on
There
right
is.
now.
There's a ton. And I can't tell you how many people have called and they're like, can I get 140,000 days of my Xanax just in case I can't
Just
get
in
it?
case.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't
No.
fill that many.
That's funny.
But yeah, so here's some key items. Number one on the list, exercise.
Yeah,
So even though you're isolated, there's got to be something you can do.
Run the stairs.
Run the stairs, treadmill,
Yeah.
run around your house.
Bench press your
with the
kids.
mask on. Yep. Have sex. That's a really good exercise.
Say it again.
Yeah. For all you listeners.
For all you listeners out there caught in this pandemic, have sex.
Sex is the best exercise you can do.
Social distancing, but also have sex.
You're already contaminated within the house.
Yeah.
Meditation. It's a weird one to talk about because it's hard to I don't have time to meditate, but it helps a ton.
It does.
Then when you having issues with your corazon,
Yep. Meditation really did.
it does help. And being cooped up makes you go absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to figure out between you and your significant other of how to take time away from, dealing with the kids and their crap.
Yeah.
Turn off your phone because all it is coronavirus CNN articles.
It's not going to help.
And just take that time for a minute and think about life. Where you're going when you die, when you get coronavirus, what's going to happen? Because it's going to happen.
What hospital am I going to go to when I get sick? I think I'll go to
Should
that
I die on a gurney or on
Yeah.
an ambulance?
I don't
ride?
know. I'll figure it
can't
out.
Decide.
I'll just play by
I
ear.
feel at peace about this.
I'll just play by ear.
Meds get a little tricky.
They do.
So these are ones that you probably could find or order from Amazon still. So these are ones that have been in really small studies. They're not the greatest studies, so don't take these to heart, but
Yeah.
they are known in the medical community as useful medicines. Okay?
All right.
Kava.
Oh.
So kava has some sedative properties, and it kind of helps. Obviously, all these that tranquilize you, make you drowsy, sedation. So, but this one does have some studies behind it showing that it has some calming effect. But also, on the flip side, it's been shown to hurt liver in patients that have liver problems. So,
Oh, that's nice.
so disclaimer: don't
Yeah.
use it if you have bad liver.
Yeah.
Valerian root. Have you ever used it?
My wife has. It doesn't work well for her.
No, it doesn't.
She
I'm
actually
not
had a negative reaction to it.
It
Jacked
stinks
her
like
up.
all get out, and it's supposed to be really good for sleep.
Yeah.
I too have tried it, and it didn't work very well.
She got weird breakouts.
Oh, really?
It messed her
And
up.
there's always a chance with all these natural ones that
Yeah.
you could have some weird reaction. But it is known, and it has some studies behind it showing it has some sedative effect. However you want to use that.
Sure.
Hopefully not in a creepy, dirty way.
I
Because that's what everybody's thinking
I
about.
slipped a
Come
Valerian
on, a date rape drug. He's going to talk about
a
one.
natural date rape drug. No.
So passion flower, a lot of people use this as it has some anti-anxiety effect and causes drowsiness and sedation.
You just eat it.
Yeah, you just eat
Just
it.
get a flour and eat it.
Yeah. Have you ever? So when I was in Brazil, they had a pudding with. It's not called passion flower either. It's called
Pudding. Like that.
What is it called?
The Cosby
Anyway.
flour.
Yeah. Yeah. Pudding.
No pudding.
Put it in the pudding. Speaking of date rape,
I know, I was
how'd
like,
that come up?
perfect segue.
Yeah. But I ate like this pudding that had, maybe I was getting date raped down in Brazil, but it had the seeds from freaking passion fruit, and it like knocked me out.
Oh, really?
So like
Passion fruit.
get you the
Or passion flower.
get you the pure passion. Yeah. Passion fruit itself, passion flower.
Okay.
But yeah, it all comes from the same thingy.
Oh, does it?
I think so.
I don't know.
I don't know. Either way,
Either way.
if it has passion in it, get it. But passion fruit seeds freaking knocked me out.
That's interesting.
Anyway,
I'll have to get some.
and I woke up in the gutter.
And I didn't have a kidney.
Yeah. I did have a hernia surgery down there.
Yeah, you did.
Freaking massive
Told me
scar.
about
I'm
that.
like, did I just lose 3/4 of my small intestine? Who needed that? Chamomile has been known. That's a pretty common one. Some small studies show that it has some effect on there. Saffron.
Saffron.
Yeah. Zach Saffron.
I was going to say Zach Saffron.
Get you some Zach Saffron. That'll calm you down.
Sure does.
St. John's wort is kind of an interesting one because it's pretty readily available. Like you can get it at Walmart.
Maybe it was St. John's wort that my wife had an issue
That
with.
probably was.
It was
So
one of those.
That one does have a high chance of negative reactions.
Maybe that's what it was. It could have
bet
been
it
that.
is.
Could have been that.
But it has been studied pretty heavy for obsessive compulsive compulsive
I'm an
disorder.
obsessive compulsor.
It kind of goes with
Yeah, it does, yeah.
social anxiety and anxiety. It does work on one. It does work with one.
Or maybe two.
It works on serotonin, so just like a regular antidepressant. But it's like pretty up and down levels. You kind of get a unstable dose sometimes.
Oh, that's fun.
I think if you took a low dose regularly, it does have good effect on antidepressant and anxiety, and it's commonly used. It's pretty safe. So
Yeah.
those are the most common ones, the ones you'll probably most easily find. They've also done studies on zinc, magnesium, vitamin E. Magnesium's been used quite a bit for anxiety and stuff.
I've actually
so that's
used
a good
that in
one.
the past for several things. I love magnesium. I keep it in my pocket every day.
I love
Take
a
it
good,
with me.
good set of magnesium.
I get my burger with extra
Yeah.
magnesium on it.
And zinc has been shown to help with OCD, and it also is good for like sore throats and stuff. So get you some zinc.
Do it.
Antioxidant vitamins,
Yeah.
vitamin B, vitamin D,
Yeah.
glycine, and omega-3s. Omega-3s are weird. So, fishy fats.
Fishy fats.
They do have some good mood studies, like helping you
Is that
feel
why
better.
the bears are so
I'll
happy?
tell you what, this polyunsaturated fatty acid makes me feel happy.
Yes, sir.
And then L-lysine and L-arginine. Those are good too.
Yeah. Good.
But
hell.
anyways, there's a lot of those. But get you a good vitamin. Zinc,
Okay.
magnesium, I do feel are actually really good to have.
Nice. That's a
Kava
good idea.
kava, valerian. Get you some passion flower. Passion flower.
I'm wanting me some of that for lunch, maybe.
What the freak is the name of that in Portuguese? It's really weird because I thought it would be like fruit of passion or something like that, and it's not.
It's not.
Anyway,
Good.
so there you go. I
Well-
hope that saves your life
I do too.
and makes you happy.
Yeah, guys. So depending on how long this insaneness lasts, we may just continue to update, what's going on in the world with these regular podcasts. And by the way, I think this is our 100th episode.
Maracuja, that's what it is.
I think this is our 100th episode. Our
Is it
regular,
really?
Our regular 100th episode.
I couldn't see a better one, honestly.
I know, really. I think I could be wrong though. It might have been last episode. I think it's actually this one. This is it. Crazy 100th episode. So there's that. We're excited about it. Thank you guys. Continue to listen and subscribe and make sure you've told all your friends.
You're right, dude.
Is it
Episode 99 was
the last
COVID-19,
one?
and now hello 100. We couldn't have asked for a
Yes.
more concerning one.
This is perfect. Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens at 200.
COVID
Freaking
33.
Yellowstone blows probably at 200.
Yellowstone does blow. Too many people there.
Hate that place. Probably right now is not bad. Maybe.
Yeah, it's true. It's probably not. Or it's overcrowded.
Yeah,
again.
one of the two.
I don't know. There's still plenty of people that think nothing's going on.
Yeah, there sure is.
I just saw pictures of like the subway station in I don't know where it was. Where's the only subways at? In New York? I don't know.
New York.
I swear it was in the UK.
DC.
They don't have subways in the UK, do they?
Yeah, they do. London does.
Where's the water level? It's like 2 inches, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not a
Anyway.
I'm not a waterologist.
Go to Facebook.
Go to
Be
Facebook.
plenty of them.
I'll figure it out.
Experts in everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had like everybody's just packed, like almost like touching the back of their heads.
Beautiful.
Chin to chin.
Yeah.
It's like, good job, everybody.
Yeah.
You're following directions.
I hate people.
I do too.
I hate them.
But I am happy that business hasn't been real nice to people.
Me too.
This is going to pass.
All right. Guys, thanks so much. Prep on.
Something's happening.
Don't
100 episodes. Hey, yo.
Stay survived.